Blue Lock's latest game was absolutely ludicrous. We got to see things like Metavision, Chris Prince, and crazy dialogue, not to mention more Kaiser and his Kaiser impact, but the best part of it was Nagi's goal in particular. So, in today's video, that's exactly what we'll be talking about. What's up guys, Rizzes Gambler here, and in today's video, I decided to try something new. I want to talk about Nagi and his amazing moment in the Neo Egoist arc, everything that led up to it and what's to come. So like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and watch until the end. Chapter 182, we see the aftermath of Kaiser scoring his goal that blitzed everyone on the field. Everyone in the vicinity was shook, the bench, and even people at home. The only person who wasn't was Isagi. This is because he didn't care about Kaiser impact. It's a weapon unique to him. But there was something else he was using that Isagi could definitely steal. Isagi starts monologuing to no end, trying to analyze what Kaiser did during that entire play, as Isagi was trailing him the entire time. But to sum up what he's saying, there are two visions every human has, central vision and peripheral vision. The average player utilizes both of them to a certain extent in order to perceive the entire field, but especially when they have to dribble and pass, does the average player narrow the field of view for the sake of control. However, when describing Kaiser, the word average does not exist. When Kaiser is dribbling and passing, he doesn't narrow his field of view. In fact, he does the opposite. He looks everywhere on the field, absorbing information on everyone, ally, or enemy. By overlapping this with spatial awareness, perception, and football IQ, Kaiser's eyes and brain are described to be capable of fourth-dimensional vision, but now we call it Metavision. That in tandem with Kaiser impact allows him to become a force to be reckoned with. Isagi figures this out and realized, wait, I've done this before. 3 times! So if I try to utilize this vision that transcends all else, hand in hand with my direct shot, I can beat anyone. Kaiser tries to confirm that Isagi was shook by his play, but instead gets a threat, and the game restarts. If you're wondering why I spent so much time explaining Isagi's monologue, it'll come into play later, I promise you. The game continues and Isagi is going absolutely crazy with Metavision. He analyzes Nagi's movements, Chigiri's movements, Reo's movements, literally everyone's movements. He predicts Reo and Nagi's coordination, and Nagi trapping the ball plays out the exact same way Isagi imagined it. And so Isagi uses this to stop and steal the ball from him. Your creativity is no more than play pretend to me.
What do you say fuck me for?
Isagi is finally on the offensive, and luckily he has Corona on his side. Follow me, we'll break through the middle. Isagi intends to exploit any slight distortions on the field in order to get himself to the perfect place for a goal. Boom, 1-2, Isagi and Corona pass Reo. Isagi keeps thinking. And then, again, 1-2, Isagi and Corona force their way through another defender. Now as Metavision is working on offense, Isagi decides to utilize himself as data. How do I best utilize myself to score? This man Isagi does not stop thinking the entire time. Boom, 1-2, they pass another random. Then he sees Kunagami, and decides to utilize him as a pawn. Oh shit, it's Kunagami, alright, let me pass.
Psych!
He crosses another random. Oh shit, it's the penalty area, alright, let me shoot.
Psych!
He passes it to Corona. Give it, he says, as he enters the best place possible for his goal. Everyone is shook, and then, hold up little bro, don't think I'ma let you score. Kaiser gets in his way and Isagi decides to just shoot. Then Kunagami steals the goal. Then Isagi decides he wants to kill Kaiser? Can we chill out here, bruh? Come on. Well, anyways, after this, Isagi realizes how tiring Metavision is. But he has to use it anyways, to become the best striker. Then we see the opposite opinion. Reo notices Isagi is evolving during the game and goes on a crazy rant. I never want to experience that feeling again. It just remembers all the times Nagi broke his heart, but he convinced himself that he isn't a Nagi-centric player anymore. He's stronger now, so he has to prove to the world that he can fight by himself. Then... Hey yo Reo, what's good? Huh? I'm not gonna lie, soccer ain't fun right now. What that got to do with me? I know that got nothing to do with you, but soccer was fun when I was playing with you. This man is really rizzing me up right now. Like, no funny shit, bro. I need you. Don't think you could win me over with your bull crap. No, like, I really think we could beat Isagi. Just imagine, me and you, our new soccer. I guess I have no choice. Let's play. This man Reo done got rizzed up by his ex. The game restarts and Isagi is analyzing a battle between Agi and Kunagami. He tries to utilize a mistake, but Kaiser does the same. Does anyone notice that Kaiser does not sweat? Anyways, the ball gets trapped by Reo and he decides he needs to prove his and Nagi's presence to the world. He 1-2s with him as he copies side from the U20 match. But then Agi's black ass... Ah, hell nah, I'm wildin'. Agi tries to stop Reo from using Nagi for his own ideals, and Reo just shuts him up. He goes on to express that the use of his new chameleon style in order to coordinate with Nagi will be the gateway to flow. And we get the most fire panel of Nagi and Reo with their egos combining. Isagi is shook. Nah, these two cannot be in sync. It's clip if they are. I have to crush them, soon. Reo passes Corona with ease, then Reo and Nagi pass Yugimaya with the 1-2. Now they're making the other players panic, but Kaiser tries to get them back on track. Then Reo goes on another rant about Nagi. Bro, if only y'all could see my face right now. If we're together, I feel we can achieve anything.
Oh my god, bro, is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
Like,
saying
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
I'm saying the shot was okay.
Alright.
Reo passes the ball to Nagi and he hits a crazy trap and passes a random defender. But then both Kaiser and Isagi arrive at the same location again to stop Nagi. But in reaction to this, Nagi just stops the ball. He passes it back to Reo and runs full speed ahead. Reo syncs with Nagi completely and passes it to exactly where Nagi needed it. Isagi notices the motive. Nagi just wants to beat him in a 1v1. That's the reason Reo didn't pass it to behind Kaiser instead. Then enter Nagi in his bag. Nagi traps the ball and makes Isagi believe he's going for the shot. Or well, he thought. Because Nagi fainted, but Isagi predicted it was going to be a feint. But the problem is, Isagi thinks it's just a 2-stage fake volley, so he decides to headbutt the ball before Nagi can shoot. Boom, another fake volley, on top of Isagi's head. Isagi is shook. He didn't expect this, even with Metavision. Kaiser comes back to play. Boom, another fake volley. Isagi tries to use Metavision and attempts to reach the ball. Boom, another fake volley. Isagi admits it. This was something even Metavision couldn't stop. Nagi, with eyes purely in flow, looks to the ball and says to Isagi, "I'm the best player in the world."
Damn, he really about to rock my shit.
He kicks the ball and scores his 5-shot revolver fake volley. I don't think you understand how many times I had to say that. Nagi tied the game 2-2. The next person to score wins it all. But that honestly doesn't matter to Nagi. He's ecstatic. He'd finally beat Isagi in a 1v1 and become the best player in the world. He would remember this feeling for a long time. It was a good feeling. Isagi asked Nagi what he did to enter flow. It was something that every player who knew of it wanted to enter. A complete state of focus. Nagi explains that he's just been playing soccer to beat him, and Reo just helped with that. Isagi is shook because of how little it took Nagi to enter flow, and Nagi just says, "I feel like the protagonist of the world." He thinks he's Shiro.
Oh my god, bro, is dick riding all you do?
Isagi explains that when Nagi joined with Reo, Nagi had changed his objective to a challenge that would trans him. Reminder that the challenge would have to be hard enough that it wouldn't be boring, but easy enough that it wouldn't make him anxious. And the challenge that would really push him to his trans state was him to 1v1 and beat Isagi. Agi expresses to Reo that Nagi is in his hands now and that he lost interest in him. Honestly, we all know Agi was lying here. How do you lose interest after that play? Come on. Isagi and his adrenaline work in tandem and he says, "There won't be any more miracles for you two." Reo replies to Isagi and claims that he'll show him the second stage of making Nagi the best player in the world. He looks to Nagi for agreement and Nagi just says yeah, but he has something else on his mind. His dream had been to beat Isagi, but like, what is next? What is after beating Isagi? Well, in one of the most recent chapters, we see Nagi expressing this out loud. He can't see himself becoming #1 because all he'd been playing for was to beat Isagi, and well, it happened. He can't just go from aiming to beat Isagi to aiming to become #1 striker in the world. He isn't even motivated for that. Reo responds with a comparison to Flow. The ambition of being #1 would be too difficult, and so it would cause anxiety, but in Nagi's case, a lack of motivation. So Reo comes up with the challenge of 300 million to be financially free. I was so confused when I read this because the man is literally rich. But regardless, Nagi agrees that it's doable and aims to work towards it. This is the perfect goal, in the meantime, for Nagi Seishiro. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I always wanted to try out one of these narration kind of videos and hopefully it turned out well. Anyways, if you did end up enjoying this, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.